Hello, my name is Coach Manuel. I would like to welcome you to the complete ethical hacking course. In this course, we're going to look at the practice of ethical hacking, what it is, why it is useful, and how you can learn ethical hacking. So let's get started. Ethical hacking essentials. So introduction, data plays an essential role in our lives. We each consume and produce huge amounts of information each day, and it can be used in industries as diverse as healthcare, banking, marketing, and many more. However, such information needs to be protected, which is where ethical hacking comes in useful. But what is ethical hacking? Here, we take a closer look at the practice, including what it is, why it is useful, and how you can learn ethical hacking. We will also explore some of the job roles and salaries available to those with the necessary hacking skills. So let's look at what hacking means. What is hacking? Before we get into ethical hacking, let's look at one of the key concepts that underlie the practice. In basic terms, hacking is the process of gaining unauthorized access to data that's held on a computer, system, or network. Hackers, or those who practice hacking, will access systems in a way that the creator or holder did not intend. Although the typical connotation of hacking and hackers is a negative one, it can actually be a beneficial process, as we shall see. What is ethical hacking? Ethical hacking is a process where a professional hacker legally and deliberately tries to break into the computers and devices of an organization. In doing so, ethical hackers can test the organization's defenses, highlighting any vulnerabilities in their systems and networks. Of course, it's a detailed and often complex process with many different elements to consider. An ethical hacker, sometimes known as white hacker, will look for weaknesses in a variety of different ways. So what is ethical hacking? Continue. They will also perform a variety of other tasks linked to general cybersecurity. This can include assessing vulnerabilities, penetration testing, gathering intelligence about entry points, scanning infrastructures to spot weaknesses, assessing systems and networks and exploiting vulnerabilities, hiding their access and evading detection, compiling reports and analysis for the attempt. So what is penetration testing, otherwise known as pen testing? You often see the terms ethical hacker or penetration tester or pen tester used interchangeably. However, depending on where you look, there are some differences to note. As we explore in an open step on the subject, penetration testing is a type of test that helps to identify what kind of attacks an infrastructure is vulnerable to. It involves intentionally trying to attack the system to find its weaknesses and devise ways to defend them. So let's look at the differences that exist between penetration testing and ethical hacking. While the terms ethical hacking can be used to describe the overall process of assessing, performing, and documenting based on a host of different hacking methodologies, penetration testing is one tool or process within ethical hacking. The field of cybersecurity is broad and complex, so it is not surprising there are several subsets of the hacking community. Ethical hackers may work for a cybersecurity firm, work in-house at an organization, or find control roles by working as independent consultants. So we have the white hackers, the black hat hackers, the gray hat hackers, the red hat hackers, the red team, the blue team, and also the purple team. So we are going to look at the role of these various ethical hackers. The white hat hackers. A white hat hacker or an ethical hacker is an individual who uses hacking skills to identify security vulnerabilities in hardware, software, or networks. However, unlike black hat hackers or malicious hackers, white hat hackers respect the rule of law as it applies to hacking. So let's look at the black hat hackers. The black hat hackers are criminals who break into computer networks with malicious intent. They may also release malware that destroys files, hold computers hostage, steal passwords, credit card numbers, and other personal information. So the next, the gray hat hackers. The gray hat hackers may sometimes violate laws or usual ethical standards, but they do not have the malicious intent typical of a black hat hacker. When a white hat hacker discovers a vulnerability, they will exploit it only with permission and not tell others about it until it has been fixed. In contrast, the black hat will illegally exploit it or tell others how to do so. The gray hat will neither illegally exploit it nor tell others how to do so. So we can look at the gray hat hackers as in between the white hat hacker and the black hat hackers, though sometimes they can actually be dangerous too. So let's look at the red team. A red team consists of security professionals who act as adversaries to overcome security controls. Red teams often consist of independent ethical hackers who evaluate system security in an objective manner. They utilize all the available techniques to find weaknesses in people, processes, and technology to gain unauthorized access to assets. As a result of these simulated attacks, red teams make recommendations and plans on how to strengthen an organization's security posture. The next, we look at the blue team. A blue team consists of a security professionals who have an inside-out view of the organization. The attack is to protect the organization's critical assets against any kind of threat. They are well aware of the business objectives and the organization's security strategy. Therefore, their task is to strengthen the castle walls so no intruder can compromise the defenses. So the next, the purple team. The purple team is a cooperative mindset between attackers and defenders working on the same side. As such, it should be thought of as a function rather than a dedicated team. Now let's look at the true purpose of a red team is to find ways to improve the blue team. So we can see the red team trying to create an attack while the blue team trying to create defense. So purple team should not be needed in organizations where the red team and blue team interaction is healthy and functioning properly. So why is ethical hacking so important? We now know what ethical hacking is, but why is computer hacking so beneficial? Essentially, by intentionally figuring out exploits and weaknesses in an organization's computer networks, it's possible to fix them before an unethical hacker can take advantage of them. Ethical hackers work to help organizations identify and eliminate threats by improving the overall IT security of the organization. So in a time where sensitive data is stored across all kinds of business, networks, and servers, it is very, very essential to protect it. So white hat hackers help to identify exploits that could be made by the black hat or the unethical or malicious hackers. It is not just data that is at stake, of course, when it comes to cybercrime. If we look at a 2020 report by the Center for Strategic and International Studies and security software company, MCAFE, found that cybercrime losses amount to around 945 billion US dollars up from 522 billion US dollars in 2018. In addition to loss of data and money, cybercrime can harm public safety as well, including the damage to economies and undermine national security. Evidently, it is essential to protect organizations and their data, and ethical hacking can play a crucial role in this protection. Thank you for your time. I'll see you in the next lesson.